Hello, everybody. If you're watching this, this is clipped out from the stream. This is going to be your guys' review for the Seattle Sounders 4-1 loss to Cruz Azul in the second leg of the CCC. Everyone that's watching live, big shout out to you. Everybody that's watching this as a video, shout out to you. My thoughts on the game. I mean, it wasn't good. I mean, if you lose 4-1, it's obviously not gonna be a good day in the office. We beat LAFC. We thought with that momentum, scoring 5 goals, can we carry it on to, this match? Because Seattle could advance with either outright winning the game or with a scoring draw, but unfortunately, we only got 1 goal, and that came when we were already down 2-0. I think we only really have ourselves to blame for this game. 'Cause, like, we had such a good game against LAFC, and I thought we could carry some of that momentum into this game, but it just you could just see the gulping class when you're playing, like, a starting team versus a starting team. Because, obviously in the game against LAFC, both teams played with a rotated lineup, but in this game, we played our strongest 11, and we looked toothless in the first half. Unfortunately, Areola is injured. It looks like it's probably an ACL season over based off of the way he was reacting to it because he has torn his ACL in the past. So that was unfortunate. And then as the second half goes on, again, we can see like we were already down 1-0 going into the second half. We concede a stupid penalty from Rothrock, who's the sub for Areola. And Rothrock this season, I mean, he has not been good. He had a good performance against LAFC, but then gives away a really stupid penalty. And at that point, the game's kind of wraps. Morris gets injured, and that's, I feel like, our own fault because we're just running the guy into the ground. He's played literally every single game. He's played 45 plus minutes for what, 6 games straight? Like, there has to be more rotation at the striker position. I get it. Musovski's not great, but funnily enough, Musovski's the one that scores tonight, which I think is quite like the ironic part to it. But it's like it's kind of like our own fault because we didn't invest in a legitimate striker. And look what happens because you're putting all your guns on Jordan Morris to be that guy. And sometimes he can be, and sometimes he's not. And he's hurt. And God knows how long he's going to be out for. And Musovski's going to have to start games. At least he scored, so maybe he has something to build on. But after we score our goal, it's kind of just all Cruz Azul. Like Cruz Azul had like close to 20 shots this game. A ridiculous amount. They were all over Seattle, even though don't get me wrong, they fluffed a lot of chances, but they were the better team in this game. The reality is they created more opportunities, they created more half chances, they scored more goals. It's as simple as that. We only have ourselves to blame because we didn't capitalize on Cruz Azul going into Seattle in leg 1 with a very rotated team, a B team you could say. And I think that's what bit us in the butt a little bit. And it kinda, like it begs the question of because you make the signings Areola, Ferreira to help build on your depth, good depth pieces. I think Seattle's depth's a lot better, obviously, than last year, but it's like, you bring in these type of guys because you think you have a proven, ready to winning team, and you add them to complement that, to add more to that winningness, and we lose in the first legitimate game in CCC when we play against a legitimate opponent in Cruz Azul, who are a good team in Mexico. They're not the best team in Mexico. So, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating from us because we could have probably advanced in this tie. Reality is, I think we could have advanced, but we didn't take our chances. Again, kinda like the story of not being able to score, but then you have that game against LAFC and you think, "Okay, are Seattle turning that corner, or is that game just a fluke?" I mean, still up in the air. There's still more games to be played. No reason to press the panic button, but CCC is kind of an area where you can really test yourselves against, better teams, because a lot of the Mexican teams are better than MLS teams, and you see how Seattle played in this tie, and you're just kinda like, "Dang," it kinda leaves a really sour taste in your mouth because Cruz Azul didn't necessarily play that well either, and they still pumped 4 on Seattle in leg 2. And it's unfortunate too because they played this game in the same stadium when Seattle faced Pumas in leg 1, which is Pumas Stadium, in the CCL final back in, what was it, 2022. Couldn't replicate some of that magic, but all in all, tonight, it's just disappointing because you're only able to get 1 goal against Cruz Azul across 2 legs, and the guy that, funnily enough, that scored was Musovski, who probably wouldn't have came on this game if Morris didn't get hurt. There's a big, big issue with attack and creativity, I think, with this team on a consistent basis. I think there is some, which we saw against LAFC, but on a consistent basis, we don't have enough creative attacking options, and as well, people that are lethal finishers like a prime Raul Ruidiaz was. And that's what cost us. Ferreira had a good chance. He didn't score it. Rothrock gives away a stupid penalty. Those little chances, like Morris 1v1 in leg 1, Ferreira in leg 2, that's the difference between winning and losing in these type of big games. So, that's just my take anyway. You guys gotta let me know in the comments what your guys' thoughts were of this game. Happy, sad. I don't think anyone's gonna be happy. Maybe if you're a Cruz Azul fan watching this, you're probably happy, but congrats to you guys. For us, I think we were our own biggest enemy. We couldn't capitalize on opportunities. We gave away like don't I honestly Cruz Azul's goals, yeah, a couple of them were good from them, but it's like we also like were just really bad defensively. That's the thing. Like we were our own worst enemies. So that's how I look at it. Boys and girls, that's my thoughts on tonight's match. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We can only get there if you want to join that journey. But boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day. And to everyone watching this stream, big shout out to all of you. If you haven't already liked the stream, make sure to like it. Give me your guys' thoughts in the comments post stream in the comment section. More videos to come. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We're very close to 1,700. Let's make it happen. And yeah, I'm sad too, Ocean Hill. I am sad too.